Hi, folks. Welcome back to Occultists Anonymous, sponsored by Roll20, The Onyx Path. Viewers like you, patrons. It's going to be a weird one, folks.
We have some of them.
We have some. Thank you for your continued support and help and hanging out with us and giving us money and supporting us being able to do cool stuff. After the holidays, I need to talk to Brenna about, updated art because the characters have kind of stepped into shadow name stuff. So thank you to Adele, Al, Alexander, Angfalith, Bernie, Blood Angel, Buck, Chris, Daniel, Doc the Undead, Doggo DeLune, Emil, Funzusu Ali, George, Jack, Jenny, John, Josh, Julian, Camo, but his name is still weird. That's the full name. Cat Feathers, Crazy Man 1772, Michael, Milo V3, Ms. Grumpy, Boku, Mozart D Minor, Noba, Other Michael, Perry, Poor Unfortunate Soul, Puppeteer Riafio, Ryan, Sheksara, Silver Escalator, way faster than a ladder, Cinna, Karen, Thomas, Toast, Usuf Sama, Vortex, and Zoltan. The escalator, however, requires you to have much lower wisdom. So, when we last left our witch coven, Isabel was getting a little snugly cozy with Jules Lamb, while everody else, well, it was more of a comfort and emotional support.
Part you want to talk about.
While the other, I shouldn't say the other four members, the other three members, because Rilla is back at the school. The other three are stepping into, via connection by Legba's Oneiros, stepping into Isabel's Oneiros as the realization that she has seen some shit and it is now coming to a head and is affecting her in the real world. And it's like, okay, we've got to see what's going on in there. And she's getting close to or nearly catatonic, non-responsive, not having a good day at all. So the coven goes, specifically Legba says, we know how to fix this. We can do this. And we arrive in a Mexican hacienda, dropping into what is effectively a boarded up, barricaded bedroom. A little bit on the larger side with a Isabel, as if I remember correctly, is how your daemon is appearing. Yep. Tossing weapons in a very platonic, fuzzy, what is this? And then it lands in your appropriate hands and takes the shape of the appropriate weapon for your skills. Which just to have our really cool Left 4 Dead zoom around as we see our four characters. What does everybody look like within the Oneiros? Just to, recap that. But also, what weapons are you using?
What weapon am I using?
And
do you have any weapon skills?
That is a question.
Mm-hmm.
May end up playing a more support role. Or, blasting, but having to be very, very careful.
I have athletics and brawl.
Brawl works. Athletics.
Melee weapons are pretty good.
And athletics, you could definitely use bow and arrow.
I don't have weaponry.
Yeah, which would be your weapons or swords and clubs and stuff like that.
I could engage in fisticuffs or improvised weapons.
Knuckles.
That's about it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, bow and arrow within this time setting would definitely fall under athletics.
I've been meaning to take a dot in firearms, but
might end up being useful. Yeah. Now I'm all of a sudden realizing, oh yes, bow and arrow. Maybe I should figure out what damage that does. Okay, but also, that way we don't slide past it. What is everybody looking like? Because as we mentioned, some folks, they, especially when visiting an Oneiros, blend in with the environment, and others kind of stand out. In short, what skin are you using? Because we're just going to make all the references to all the video games. So.
Mm-hmm.
I think to conform with this setting, Isabel's got the black veil, the black lace veil sort of outfit.
Mm-hmm. Kind of funeral garb kind of thing.
No, I don't remember the name of it. Like a mantilla, I think is the phrase. It's like a hat with a veil that comes down off of it.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Cool.
Something like that. As a close approximation that would be applicable in her normal guise to the environment that we're currently in.
But gotta squint at that.
Very small postage stamp.
All right. Anybody else?
Gisela probably looks a lot like her normal self right now, actually. Ready for hard work on a frontier. She has probably a double-barreled shotgun.
Yep.
She's ready to defend the homestead.
Yep. As you are soon to find out, take back the homestead. What about Legba?
Well, Legba borrows some of the appearance of Baron Samdi in this particular incarnation. Once he is confronted with the fact that there might be the restless dead about, when Isabel's daemon tosses him a gun, as soon as it lands in his hands, it forms a length of iron chain, which is wrapped around his wrists. Some zombie's gonna get garroted with a chain.
I don't know. Can you really garrote with an iron chain? I think that's more of a beaten weapon.
No, you can't. According to Hurt Locker, you can.
All right.
No, some people are gonna get choked out with a chain. It's
Cool.
It's a grapple
I
weapon.
mean, it's probably a little harder to do than with like a piano wire, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I was looking through their neck. Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking at the 2E one has it listed as a grapple, but not a garrote necessarily.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not actually going to garrote.
I didn't figure you would, yeah.
I meant choke. So.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. On par with the tire iron. All right.
Mhm.
And then
It does lethal damage.
yeah. Well, and that's one thing, yeah, for anybody who's following along. 2E, if it's a weapon, it does lethal damage. I think the sap is the only thing that's called out as not. Oh no, they all do lethal. If it's a weapon, it does lethal damage. Yeah, it just has the stun thing, so you can knock people out. And then Isabel, actually not here. Isabel's daemon is here, and if you want to take a moment, Chris, to get all fancy here and what you looking like.
She is in extremely nice, in an extremely nice dress befitting her station as the lady of the manor, but it is at this point torn and ripped and holding on by a thread, and patched up in places, and then sort of just bandoliers of ammunition and pistols and stuff like that over both shoulders and whatnot. And
She's a revolver
rifle.
gal, right?
yeah, but a rifle slung over her back as well.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, so I believe the daemon, who we're just going to call Isabel, just that way, my poor brain, but had basically said, get ready, they're coming. At which, that's when the door gives way. Big door, it's nice, ornate, but it gets shoved down in basically a two-step. The top half kind of bows in, and then it falls flat, and
wow.
you see one human-ish figure laid flat prone and like climbing up while more are crawling over. And you have 4 not exactly zombies, just going to give a gimme to all those who have death sight that these are not the actual Walking Dead, though they definitely do not appear like they are thinking human people
So
anymore.
they're Goche.
Well, I mean, in here it's all Goetia, but also the dead are still the dead within the Oneiros. So you have that, that funny overlap. But yeah, you have 4 of them, and we need to roll initiative.
Yep.
That's just D10 plus your initiative.
D10 plus your initiative bonus. A second thing, as we are rolling this, what is your squad's intent here? Sweet Jesus. Oh, yeah. You know what? Let me actually get out the initiative tracker.
And that's also -3 because of a chain.
Weapons. Yes.
I rolled so low. What?
You rolled a 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So we have Gisela, Isabel. I knew you guys were going to roll initiative right away. I should have had this prepped, but here we are. All right. 7 and 16, and cloaked with a 5, and Theo with a 13. We're gonna have to make some adjustments.
Cloak has 8.
Who?
Oh, wait, no, you said it was minus?
Yeah, -3
'cause of the
because of the
weapon.
chain.
Okay.
Yeah, which that's what I was looking at real quick.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
hoping
yeah.
that
I
there
don't
would
know
be a
what a weapon
dialogue
penalty for
box
me
to
is.
adjust based on penalties, but it didn't see it. It seems that roll initiative just does it.
You have to have the weapon equipped down there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
Great, thanks.
Gisela
Do that
is
in
a
the future.
-4 for a shotgun. Whoops.
Jeez.
Not -4, just 3. There we go. Let's see here.
Mine actually would be +1 and then -2, so it's actually 15.
Okay. So I know you've got some bullshit going on, and
Well, because stats are different.
yep.
Where can I find this gun stat so I can fill it in?
It'll be in. Where's this stupid thing? It's under equipment, or not equipment. Under fallen
The gun
laws.
stats?
Yeah, equipment. There it is.
If you look in Hurt Locker, because
Well, problem with
More
Hurt
elaborate
Locker is
details.
it's technically 1E. 220 in the Mage book.
I think they updated Hurt Locker to 2E. There's an updated book.
Gotcha.
That's the one I'm
Wow.
using.
And for the most part, almost all of it is still within the same realm. So yeah. Isabel. Theo. Oh, an arrow. We don't have that. We have a crossbow, which does seem a little bit
Yeah.
more.
That's right.
Well,
Fox.
rifle is a 5. Shotgun is a 4. So yeah, we'll say it's
I
equivalent.
do at least get 9 again on my shots.
What was that, Craig?
Would you allow improvised weapons to be brawl?
Sure. Depending.
I think they
what
are.
kind of weapon are you improvising?
I'm just looking to get damage once, like with a broken bottle or something. Or a shiver or shank. It's the sort of thing I would pick up in a bar fight.
Yeah,
Table leg or whatever.
yeah, we definitely
Let me
have
see
those.
something quick.
Because we have a baton. Initiative would just
I
be a
see.
-1. So yeah, a stick. Could be fire.
It is weaponry.
Is a stick. All right. Isabel up against not necessarily slow-moving zombies in any regard. Definitely taking the lead here. Oh yes, sorry. Going back to the original question of what is the intent for your group, I will tell you the zombies' intent is to pull down and dogpile and kill the daemon.
A difficult position from which to begin a negotiation.
That's right. This is as they said in Star Wars, aggressive negotiations.
Escape is probably a good start.
Okay.
I can tell you
From,
what
Get out of
from
this
this
room.
immediate situation.
Legba's perspective is. But
Okay.
it might not be relevant for the immediate room. But
Yeah, we are talking about the immediate room.
okay.
This
yeah.
combat.
Get out.
All right.
Actually, Legba's goal is open a way out.
Cool.
Uh, but yeah, Isabel, you're up top. So yes, for unarmed but angry skin. Oh yeah, going back to the description, they're not zombie-ish, but they have kind of milky white eyes. Flesh is not quite right. It's hard to place. Seems to be kind of moving as if there's something underneath that's not all human. Very thing-ish. The thing-ish.
One second.
Mm-hmm.
I've been, for this entire time, been trying to find my Dark Eris 2, where this gunslinger merit's from.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have fast reflexes. It's not supposed to have given me a more dice.
Not more dice, just a bonus. What does fast reflexes do, like, verbatim? Is it just flat out bonus to initiative?
Yeah.
I believe there's a spot for that. Yeah, fast reflexes. So once you figure out exactly how much more of a bonus you need, there is a fast reflexes little tab on the settings for your
Plus
character
one
sheet.
initiative per dot.
So yeah, it's a +3 to my initiative then.
All right, so bring it up to a 6. Cool.
All right, so gonna fire off a medium burst.
Mm-hmm.
Will cost me 3 rounds of ammunition.
Cool. We are
And-
firing that at a target or a group of targets. I can't remember if you're limited.
With this merit, you cannot make multiple attacks against one target in the same turn. So I'm going to fire at 3 of them.
Gotcha.
So take a -2 penalty for 2 extra targets, but you get a +2 for doing medium burst in the first place. So those are flat roll.
If firing at more, subtract the total number of targets.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so -1. That's fine.
And then make 1 attack roll per target. They all have a defense of nil because, firearms.
Guns. Cool.
I believe we can probably call these heavy fire or heavy revolvers.
Did that roll?
It may be asking you for a bonus in the background.
I did that.
This is what we get, folks, for having a couple days off from using Roll20. All of a sudden, it all just wants to fall apart on us. Come on.
1 success.
1 success.
Yay.
With manipulation? Oh, right. Because we are in the astral. Fair
Mhm.
point. Fire off the 2 more shots.
What?
1 attack roll per target.
Oh, I see. Sorry. I think I would have looked up how to do this by now.
Meh. Cool.
You're gonna be shooting more people. Yeah, for
Cool.
sure.
All right.
So 3, 5, and 5 damage.
Right.
And it's just this quick snap as the door's falling. Pow, pow, pow.
Awesome.
Okay. How am I gonna keep track of this? Where's Notepad at? Zombies. All right, that does bring us to Theo. Their initiative, by the way, is pretty abysmal.
I mean, the way things usually work is that one zombie, not scary.
But all the
Many
friends.
Zombies.
Yeah, Pac is a little more formidable.
Look, zombies like to party. Okay.
So Theo's carrying like a little satchel purse
Sure.
and reaches in and pulls out a throwing knife.
Okay.
Because then I can use athletics and dexterity.
That's right.
And remember,
Well, you can't
you
use dexterity.
Yep.
What's that?
You can't use dexterity.
We are
you can
within
use
the
wits or
Oneiros,
manipulation.
so you're using finesse,
Whichever one's
whichever
higher.
your highest would be. So manipulation.
Oh, so I can use my wits
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
to shoot this gun? Okay.
Yes.
Composure. How's that sound?
No,
Nope.
because that is not a finesse.
Finesse, right? So yeah.
Hang on
wits.
now.
Sorry,
That's all good.
it's been a little while,
Yeah.
and I'm suffering today, so I'll ask for some patience.
Oh,
Of
you
course.
Wits and athletics.
Nice.
There we go.
Does mean your health boxes are affected by your composure, though.
Mhm.
If that's higher than your stamina.
Oh, it is quite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one success.
Cool.
What do you think?
And let's see.
Like, tries to
Sure.
hang out here
Knife.
all the time.
Let's see here. Do we have? No, we don't have a. Oh, there we go. Knife. Okay, 0 bonus on damage, which is kind of what I expected. Still 1. Though I guess they might have defense against that, but I'm not going to worry about it right now.
Defense against throwing weapons? Yeah, if they have defense,
Yeah.
period.
Right, because it's not a firearm. So
Yeah.
we're going to fling that at one of the more wounded ones. Cool.
What does the impact look like? Sort of.
Oh yeah.
Do they bleed or?
Yeah, yeah. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Those first couple shots definitely. It's a gory mess. Holes punching through, blood onto walls. The knife sticking in. The one thing, and this is probably where death sight. For everybody else realizing these aren't like zombies, this stuff is not being reduced down to bashing. They're flinching back. They're howling with pain. They're more aware of themselves, but they also do not appear slowed from those first firearm shots, or when one of them drops with one of the knives. Well, one of the knife finishing off one of the more wounded zombies. Brings us to Gisela and one of the zombies. I will defer to you, being the defensive party.
Okay. Can I shoot the shotgun more than once?
It is 1-2. Yeah, it's double barreled.
Okay.
Now you
Well,
mean
the one in the book is just shotgun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's not firing multiple times. There is a option for that for some weapons. Hang on here.
yeah, the burst fire or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I do not believe that you have such an option with the shotgun. It's just one shot.
So I'm rolling firearms wits at 9 again. At I guess whichever one looks least hurt.
Okay. Yeah, because there's one
There's one untouched.
unarmed, unwounded. There we go.
I missed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Man, I rolled 2 zeros.
No. The next set down. You rolled 6 dice and got 2,
Okay.
2, 6, 4, 6, 3.
Oh well.
Yeah.
You blow a nice big hole in the wall.
Yeah, I was going to say one of them kind of drops down a little bit low, not dodging bullets, just tripping over one of his friends before we'll probably say, I would imagine Legba is the one stepping up forward to tank. So what is your defense?
Let's see. Let's activate space armor.
Sure.
Let me check real quick. Confirm that's what I want.
Yeah, both of them add defense. It's just whether or not you're wanting to make them give up or redirect attacks.
Yep. Real quick.
In this case,
I'm not going to be dodging. I have to dodge. It's not that you successfully defend against an attack.
No, I know. But either way, it's because it's going to be 3 added to your defense. So what's your defense? So I can start rolling.
Yeah. My defense is. Let's see. We're in there.
Should be at the bottom of the sheet.
Yeah. Defense is. Oh, that didn't get modified. That's wrong. Because I have defensive combat brawl. My defense. Go ahead.
On the settings tab on that very first one, you should be able to change it to that, and it'll pick it up.
Yeah, I did when I first picked up the whatchamacallit, the
merits.
The merit. So I don't know why it's not there right now.
Does that mean our defense is actually our wits because we're in the?
It's whatever your highest finesse
There we go.
is.
Yep. Cool. Great. So my defense is 9.
Okay.
Or it's just your finesse, yeah.
Cool. So this poor
Let me spend the
guy
mana.
is spending a whopping chance die.
There we go.
So how's our defense determined again?
In this case, it's going to be your finesse plus your athletics.
Yeah.
Unless you have a merit to do anything different.
It's the lowest of the finesse traits.
Well, you only have a finesse. You don't have like multiple finesse traits. You just have finesse.
I guess that's a good point. So this is a situation where in the Oneiros, it's actually the higher of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
cool.
It actually could be your manipulation if that's the highest.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right,
but I mean, it's like outside of the Oneiros in the fallen
Wits
world.
or Dex, but in this case,
it's the lowest of Wits or Dex. But in this case, because Dex doesn't apply, it's
your
necessarily going to
highest
be
of wits or manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Astral, folks.
Yeah, it's a nice little contrast.
But yes,
But yeah.
The unharmed, there we go, zombie gets up and just, it's wild flailing blows at you and just dodge, weave, and a little warping of, did you say space?
Yeah.
And just can't lay a hand on you. Brings it around to you.
Cool. All right. Excellent. So to provide a little narrative editorialization, what you see is Cloak stride forward with a determined look on his face, one of malice that looks practiced. You've probably not seen him exhibit this before. And so Legba in the guise of Baron Samdi walks directly into the blows, the attempted blows of the zombie, as though he doesn't care if the zombie would contact him. And as the zombie flails around and leans his head down, Legba loops the chain around his neck, twists his hands in different directions, and then kicks at his lower back with all his force. So let's see how this works. I'm going to roll... Let's see, let's adjust presence for 1 because of Shadow Self. So presence brawl. Going to make this rote by spending a willpower. And I have
do
clinch
believe
strike.
this is going to be weaponry if you're using... Because what's grapple do?
It's a grapple.
Oh, you're literally grappling, not... Yeah, carry on.
Cool. All right, make it rote. Let's see. Give me 5, please. Modifiers. None. Oh, wait, got 1 for the chain. All right, so it's an exceptional success. So this is what I do. I have clinch strike.
Hang on.
So opposed roll.
Yeah.
No, it's not opposed. The first is an attack to try and
grapple.
To try and initiate a grapple. So the way grapple works is you roll minus their defense. Oh wait, you didn't tell me what their defense is.
Right.
So I should roll it again.
It's all good. I was looking up grapple.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you roll against their defense
Strength
just
plus
like any other
defense. Yep.
martial arts attack. And then on subsequent rounds, it's an opposed roll to determine who has control.
Got it.
But their defense is plus athletics 6.
6. Okay, cool. So I'm going to roll that again. I'm going to spend... Can you spend more than 1 willpower in an action?
Nope.
Okay, cool. No worries.
Sorry,
So
it comes down to
I'll be rolling 5 dice.
5.
Okay, got 4.
Cool.
All right. So This is what happens. I initiate the grapple. However, because I have clinch strike, I don't get to do this twice, just once because of clinch strike. If I got an exceptional success, I'd be able to do damage twice. So the zombie takes 5 damage, and they're grappled.
Right.
With the chain around their neck.
Nice.
Yep.
And now the unharmed one is actually harmed. And 2 of them, ignore the turn order. I turned that too early, but that's fine. One is down, so the other 2 come forward, and Legba being there and grappling.
Mm-hmm.
Come the swings. Your defense had been
9.
9.
Mm-hmm.
Are you and so it's down to 8 and 7. So chance die and 1.
Cool.
Chance die and 1.
Nope.
Swings and misses, just wailing, and just like your body isn't where it's supposed to be, and arms move out to the sides, and this is very irritating and very confusing for these poor zombies. Isabel,
Yeah, I bet.
Damon.
Firing at 2 that are not being grappled.
Sure.
So this one would be 1 dice higher than the last time.
Mm-hmm. Blam.
Not bad.
1 drops. Super blam. The other drops.
Turns out I'm pretty good at this gun thing.
Turns out, Theodosia, the one zombie that remains, is the one currently being grappled by Legba.
Go ahead and stab it. Do what you need to do.
No, because stabbing changes it to a weapons roll.
Okay, fair enough. Toss at it.
Did you say they have 6 defense?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that knife would have missed by a wide margin.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, we're not going to worry about it. Now, in this case, because this one is grappled, I believe that is going to have an effect.
It does.
Because while you are grappled, is it a negative to your defense?
Yeah.
You just have no defense?
I think, no, I don't think so.
That's how to dodge.
Bold.
Defense. Blah, 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 blah. It's like Chronicles of Darkness
The
was not
grappled
built
tilt.
to be...
Oh, no, mobilized.
was not intended to be used as a combat-heavy game. It's fine. We'll make it work. Also, chat, if you're in here and you know what we're missing, please give a holler.
Affected with the immobilized tilt?
I don't think
Or does that require an additional action?
So I'm
I don't
wondering.
think it actually penalizes your defense at all.
Let me see. I remember that being a small.
One thing it talks about is that if you try to
blaze.
cast while grappled, it's a -3.
Under combat grapple, blah 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 blah. Yeah, doesn't actually say anything about defense. So yeah, it's still able to dodge until.
Well, it does it with the immobilized tilt. The real question is, are they automatically suffering the immobilized tilt? Or does that require a second
Because you guys
action?
are grappling. No, you are wrestling back and forth.
I think I have to impose it on a second action.
Right.
So, on a
Because I
subsequent
think
action.
there's the restrain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right now you're holding them, but they're still fighting back.
Yeah.
You haven't subdued them.
Yeah, because once they're immobilized, then they can't apply defense.
Mhm.
That's why I was saying I think the operative question is whether or not they're immobilized.
So Theo's not entirely sure how this is going to work because she's never tried it before, but I'm going to try casting a spell.
Sure.
I'm overreaching by 1. I have the Abyssal Backlash.
Which is oh man, was that 3? Did I not write that down? Did you happen to write it down?
I did not.
3 sounds right.
It was at least 2. I think it was 3.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll say 3. We have multiple votes on 3, so you're overreaching by 1 plus another 3. So 4. Well, actually, are you spending any mana?
No, I have to contain it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll throw 2 mana at that.
Okay, that's it. 2.
If it doesn't trigger, it doesn't count for the condition.
What do you mean? Oh, it actually
If it
has to
doesn't
trigger, right?
cause a paradox, then you
Okay.
don't get to contain it.
Yeah, that's the gamble of trying to solve it yourself instead of cleansing it.
Yeah, I'll go for the 2 mana.
Okay. 2 paradox, 1 success. All right. Should be able to handle this.
7 wisdom.
Operative word is should.
Cool.
There you go.
All right. So
Thanks,
you
Craig.
can
Got us a beat.
cleanse that condition out, and then you actually get to roll for the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Which is now penalties for potency. Are you taking 3 additional potency? Is what you mean there?
So -6.
Right. So that's 6. So 5, 6 minus 1. So 2 dice.
2 dice.
Oh, yeah, I did that wrong. So just a 1.
What?
I'm struggling a little bit today. So
Yeah,
I
that's fine.
didn't mean the 3. I meant the 3, but I forgot that's 2 per.
Gotcha.
So I'll edit that down to 1. So that's 3,
5 dice.
5. Okay. 2
Cool.
successes.
Yeah, no problem. And that would have been
4 damage.
Yeah. Rotting flesh, which would normally be bashing, but he's only got the 1 empty box. So that compounds into bashing, lethal, and
Lethal,
2 more
lethal.
aggravated.
Hey, cool.
Yeah, and they fall and collapse. They're still technically alive, but they are in no way to going to be combative. You do hear the sounds of, and now we can kind of have a little zoom out here. The room that you guys are in is in the upper 2nd floor of the hacienda, which is just one corner. Outside are stairs that is a little bit of an open balcony on the inside of the hacienda. There's adjacent rooms. And then stairs leading down to the large plaza that the hacienda is built around, as well as multiple rooms within there. You can see stepping up to, because there's no exterior windows, they're all interior. You can see there's a lot of things going on in there, and these 4 zombies were not like the first of a wave, but there are many other things crawling around down there, just kind of out, look, the half glance out the window, or not window, out the door, without any chance to go look just yet. If you want to, you can, but just that's what you kind of see out beyond. But obviously, you may want to talk to Isabel's daemon first.
So
Yeah.
Theo turns to the daemon and says in Spanish, "Where's the strong room?"
Standing in it.
This is it. This is not much of a strong room.
It's where you hold.
Mm-hmm.
This is about all I got. Because every time I try to get out, I either make it, in which case we reset, or they get me, in which case I wake up back here again.
So with eyebrows arched alarmingly high, Theo makes it like a big gesture of turning towards Legba.
And you see in response to that, Legba released a chain from the neck of the dispatched zombie and snap it, and it coils back around his wrist. So, of course, more deft with things in the astral than he would be in real life, or in the fallen world. So he turns to Isabel's daemon and says, this may seem like an unnecessary formality, but how would you like to be addressed?
As you would her is fine.
Very well. In her mind, I will address her as Isabel and you the same. And following with that courtesy, do we have your permission to continue here for the length of time helping you?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. I appreciate your indulgence. You say that every time you make it through, things reset and you're back here again.
Mm-hmm. She got out.
She got out, but you didn't?
Well, she physically got out. But this is a core part of our being.
Did she leave anyone behind?
You'll see. And I just walk out the door.
So looking, because I imagine everybody follows out. You've got the open, not quite balcony, though it basically acts like more mezzanine, I think would be a better term. And you have two adjacent rooms that are smashed down. One looks like would have been a servant's quarters, like the maid's room, and then the other room probably their chapel, for the Don and Donna, and then looking down you have raw zombie movie chaos, lot of servants fighting servants, different people in different kind of staff attire. You can see at this point some of these faces have gone kind of vague because Isabel can't quite remember some of them. She remembers that there was a blacksmith who worked there, and big brawny guy with a big leather apron, but no real face there, swinging a hammer around, trying to defend himself, invariably getting kind of swarmed. Within the plaza center itself appears to be the epicenter of the zombie horde, where you do not have zombies, but you have... You say family members, Chris?
Oh, God.
That are kind of standing, and feel free to jump in on the narrative here at any time. Kind of far more misshapen than the other zombies. And they seem to be guarding the hacienda as well. Fairly large, 10-foot wide, main stone structure. It's got your classic cover over it. And zombies aren't like coming out of it like some, terrible cauldron or something like that. But they have set up shop there and are kind of arranged with their backs to it to protect it. But looking down, you're easily looking at within the plaza itself, never mind what might be in all these buildings or the, not buildings, rooms, including the rooms beneath you, 50, 60, 70 zombie things. And of course, that's where we're talking visuals here. We've also got, screams, animalistic yowls, and I don't think there'd be explosions.
Not really.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of pain, anguish, kind of doom-ish, with, the garbled shouts and stuff like that.
The hacienda didn't have cannon or anything, right?
No.
Are some of the people fighting still normal people?
I'm
trying to fight off the monsters.
Based on when you are stepping into this, and in the case of Gisela doesn't have a lot of experience, but for Legba and Baba Sarah, this is definitely this is the start of the memory. This is where it starts every time, just in time to watch any of the people who look normal getting pulled down into the mass, and in some cases laying there, and in a couple other cases pulling themselves up with that same kind of milky white-eyed, kind of glassy expression, and then looking around for more people.
Welcome to hell.
How much of this is like what she experienced before she left?
What you see is what you get.
Like, but as a kind of like,
Except she wasn't. She hadn't given me my skills yet.
this was before she awakened?
This was before she became the woman she is today. In any way. Any of her skills in survival. With these. Anything.
Just for narrative effect, we have the one zombie that climbs up the balcony and gets shot. Yeah.
How old was she?
We can get you out of here.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ash. I can ask later.
Yeah, I think we might be able to get you out.
And then what?
Get Cloak and
These things
Theo, 'cause
follow us
I
into
haven't
the
been
rest
in
of
one of
her
these
soul.
before, but like, what else are they if not this?
She's said she's gotten out before, but then it just resets and starts over.
It's because Isabel won't deal with it. She left people behind. People whose faces she can't remember or is unwilling to remember because it's too traumatic to recognize that she left all the people she cared about to die in a horde that she couldn't defeat herself.
Now, bear in mind, just to reiterate, the family are definitely recognizable and stuff like that.
Right.
Because,
But I mean,
oh yeah. I'm just
remember how
like,
Legba thinks about it, right? Like when he was in Baba Sarah's Oneiros and said, "You sure you don't have any sensory memories of what happened?"
yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, because we don't have husband's name. Okay, cool.
so the zombies are something akin to metaphor?
No, the zombies are not
No.
metaphorical. The zombies are real.
They actually happened.
Oh.
The horrific thing is Isabel was not able to do anything about her family. And I don't think she's forgiven herself. And that is
Do
why
we
her
need
daemon...
to go there?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do we need to go there?
I've never had help before. But whatever happened to us points over to the well. It all has to do with that.
Well, let's go take a peek.
Yes.
Sure.
Like, but then says to everyone, I'm sure as you assume, I could make much of this trivial through working my will, but I don't think that is the wise course of action yet.
I don't know that helps, Isabel.
What I mean is traveling to the well. I'm saying that some of us might experience danger in the course of traveling alongside her.
So my question is, where is Isabel right now? Is she in here somewhere?
No. I play her part.
She
To
won't
keep
come back
this
into
from
this
her.
space.
So you're hiding this from her, in a sense? Or shielding her?
Shielding, I was to say, might be the better term. At this point, like as you guys are kind of thinking over and discussing the next step, that's when like there's a bit of a lull and silence throughout the hacienda, and all eyes kind of turn towards you guys, and you are in the corner of the hacienda, and you have 2 sets of stairs that lead down that are soon to be swarmed with zombies.
Mm-hmm.
And then beyond that, yeah, you've got husband, and I think it's and his family, right?
It's his family.
Right.
Yeah. She was essentially adopted by his family, grew up alongside him, and then got married to him.
She is Spanish nobility. He is effectively Mexican nobility.
More or less.
So they are standing there kind of in command kind of positions, and watching and, shouting orders. And some of the stuff that you can hear, especially now that the screams have died down and you just have angry growls, you have, comments of that you can hear from, the lovely, sweet abuela saying, bring her down and have her join our family. She needs to join us and be, she's one of us, It's
in Spanish?
Oh, yes.
I see.
Well, eerily enough, everybody is able to understand that.
Yep. Some of you guys get subtitles.
Well, there's another reason, which we'll elaborate on once we escape from here.
Right.
But yeah. Zombie horde starts moving up the stairs. We can roll some more initiative.
Yeah. Should pick a side and start going.
Yeah. She starts bolting down the left one.
Okay.
Taking a left-hand path? Like was going right.
So it's not leaning into that too much. Seer zombies, wrong family.
Mm-hmm.
One side of her family went and became zombies. The other side may have worked for the Seers.
Her husband's family became zombies.
Yes, thank you. So yeah, the zombies themselves are dumb and kind of single track minded, and are barreling towards you. And we'll say the closest group of 5 or 6. But behind that is, man, I cannot believe we didn't give your husband a name.
Did I not?
I didn't see one listed. I kept looking through it, but
Juan Carlos is what I had written down in my notes.
Perfect. So yes, Ash.
Does looking at these things with Prime Sight tell me anything about the nature of what they might be?
That's definitely going to be a roll.
Yeah, because I want to try to figure out what they are.
Okay.
Because they're not dead.
Correct. Now, bear in mind, you are going to be inspecting the Goetic, Goetia things. But yeah, you might be able to pick up.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know if it would work, because they're not really them.
Right, and this is one of those things in character. Great thing to. Oh, okay, this isn't going to work. But it may give you some insight into how to handle them. But yes, feel free to roll, and everybody else roll initiative as well. As
would be Prime and
Gnosis.
Gnosis?
As -3.
Ooh, not so quick on that one.
Does that have your bonuses, Chris?
Yes.
Okay. 8. Oof. No immediate understanding with Prime. And then I still need initiative from Theo and Gisela. Wow.
That's better.
Gisela says, don't worry, I got this shit. Though technically...
There's 2 3s, -4.
That's dexterity and composure.
I hit the initiative button.
Right.
So did I. I hit the wrong button, that's all. There we go.
And I'm not going to stress about getting things exact.
She's gonna be first regardless. So
It would have been 2 more dice if I was rolling wits.
well, too high.
No, just +2 at total, because initiative is just D10 plus a flat amount. You don't actually do multiple dice. It's the only one of the few things that works that way in Chronicles. That's fine. So
wait, what is it?
technically it's
I think
D10.
hers
It's the plus the number of dots you have in those 2 stats.
that's what it says in her. It lists
Yeah,
+2
that's
for
what it did.
dexterity.
I rolled a
Yeah.
10 and then got +2, +3.
Mhm.
Mhm.
No,
And
And
then
another
+3
+3
that part
for
is fine.
fast reflex.
Technically, what we're talking about is technically wits or manipulation, whatever is higher, would replace dexterity, but we're just not going to worry about it, especially.
It's all good.
So it would be 2 higher.
Right.
It would be 16.
Yeah. And in this case, Gisela is well ahead, with Juan Carlos coming up a little bit before Isabel.
Okay, I'm just going to take a shot at the closest one.
Sure.
I'm trying to clear a path to the well, so
Okay. I
that
dig it.
direction.
Sure. And just for everybody else's understanding, all the zombies effectively have 6 lethal boxes.
Can you use... You can't use willpower on a physical attack, right?
Mhm, yeah.
Or can you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
anything.
You try hard to shoot.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a meta concept anyway.
Dang. 3 plus, I'm trying to remember what the
3 successes. The damage of the gun is 3.
Nice.
so it's just, yeah, point, boom. That lead zombie just drops. Cool. Followed by Juan Carlos, who you can still see the like handsome, guy that he was in the face, and where the zombies look all twisted and mutated. This guy is the very classically like, oh, he's the handsome monster. The face is still there. The guy she loved, maybe it was arranged marriage kind of thing, but they grew up together. So love could be more platonic. But
I mean, she very much was in love with him.
okay, thank you. But the rest of his body looks overly swole, and just like steps forward and like leans into a charge, and I'm anticipating that Legwez stepped up to be the front again.
Indeed.
Just okay. Don't want to make too
Worth
many
noting that,
assumptions.
like, if he says anything or like pontificates, like Isabel's just sitting there, like mouthing along.
because
all
she's
his
heard this so
lines.
much. Yeah. Gotcha. So
Mage
your
armor
initiative,
still
not
up.
initiative, your defense is still
Defense
going
is
to be 9.
Yep.
Cool. So he is rolling 2. Oh,
Dang. Got 2 successes.
okay.
Way to go, buddy.
Not bad.
Nope.
Mhm.
And let me double check. You don't add anything to.
Huh.
Well, I guess technically it's
If you
not
have the weapon.
right.
Depends if his attacks have lethality.
Yeah. Yeah, because well, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and say he has claws, just that way we're there.
That's
So
fine.
that is going to be 4 points of lethal damage.
Cool. 2, 3, 4. Yep.
Cool. That's Gisela. So Isabel.
Here's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to use life to heal in the astral?
Yes.
Or can you use mind?
Mm-hmm.
Still have to use life.
That's what I
'Cause
thought.
you are still, as far as
Yep.
you can see,
In flesh,
a person.
they work
Yep.
the same way. Cool.
But yeah, big raking claws, just bulked up. Weirdly, his clothing is like kind of fitting to him and starting to like join with his flesh.
Oh, geez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not pretty.
Mm-mm.
Worth noting, I don't know any of these details that Drew has created on what exactly the manifestation of the zombies is.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Isabel just takes aim and it's like,
Bye, honey.
more or less.
With the pistol still?
Yep.
Okay. Oh. Jesus.
Ooh.
7?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, from Isabel's prior experience, he's almost knocked down. Oh, well, yeah, no, I'm not going to worry
Does
about.
Does he take lethal damage from this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. I'm not worrying about wound penalties. Just
Sure.
putting that out there.
Seems
Theo.
Okay. 6 dice.
To do what?
I'm casting another spell.
Oh, okay. Yep. Scrolling back up.
There's a
Not-
zombie within reach, but if not, I'll rush up and touch one.
Okay, so yeah, because that was the other thing I was going to ask. So you're throwing this or going
No,
to try
I'm running up and touching.
doing touch attack? Okay, just making sure. So let us start by casting the spell.
So no, there's no. I'm not generating any paradox, but is there extra because
+1 because you already generated one in the scene.
+1 because I already generated the scene?
But that only.
But if you're not
happens-
generating any, then you're good.
right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not generating
Okay.
any. Yep.
Okay, 2 successes.
Okay.
4 points of damage.
But you have to lay hands.
Oh yes, okay.
Yep. And so basically, you have actually get in our imago here. What is glowing in your hand here? What's that look like?
Just sort of a black, smoky. It's almost like a dry ice, except it's darkness flowing off of her hand.
Okay.
Cool.
So dexterity, or in this case, wits plus manipulation plus brawl to touch
What's plus manipulation plus brawl?
Which
or manipulation.
Okay, sorry.
It's all
As
good.
I said, I'm heavily medicated.
Oh no
and-
no.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Totally cool.
Skadoosh. 1
Cool.
success.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, which I really like because they're like defense doesn't matter on this because you're not trying to.
Touch AC, baby.
Yep.
Mhm.
Or a touch range attack. So 4 points. And sorry, you were reaching out to Juan Carlos or one of
The
zombies?
closest zombie.
Okay. Cool. And 4. All right. Brings us to Cloak and a zombie, and then all the others go.
Cool. Cloak was gonna bludgeon them, and after that claw strike, he's thinking what would be the best use of his action. Is it to continue walking through Isabel's Oneiros without trying to trigger paradox, or would it be to protect people so that they don't suffer shoal shock in the course of trying to save Isabel? And so he's able to perform a quick analysis, which to his mind does not seem like an act of hubris to try and protect people, as opposed to trying to solve things by casting a spell to avert a path. And so he chooses to cast an improvised spell of mind to provide the equivalent of mind shield to give people a little additional protection against the attacks
Good
of these
stuff.
Goche.
Mhm.
Cool. All right. Let's roll this up. All right, so my reach is going to be...
Now, a real quick thing I want to bring up with
Yep, go
mental
ahead.
shield, because we haven't needed to frequently. So, are we thinking this is a clash of wills to even land a physical attack?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Newman influences and the protection afforded. I'm going to take that reach option.
Mhm.
Spell extends to Goetia physical attacks.
Right.
So
Not bad.
I am thinking exactly that, which is going to be a parallel from what Theo did for us when we were in the graveyard.
Mhm.
All right, so the reach I need are advanced duration, because this is the phenomenological scene. Sensory range, because I can't touch everybody unless, or I do scale, right? that extra reach and the instant cast. I think it's 4 reach.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. 4.
Is it scaled for multiple subjects?
Mm-hmm.
It would be if I'm going to
Or
do
you taking
sensory range
penalties?
instead. What'd you say? Go ahead.
Well,
So it'd be 5, you think?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, because to get more than one subject, you either have to take advanced scale or
Yes,
take
or penalties. That's true. Yeah, okay, cool. Makes sense. I need 5 reach, and I have 2 free. No, yeah, 2 free. Gnosis of 3, not 4 yet. Got 3 primary arcanum. Don't need increased potency, or I don't know how long we're going to be here, so I'll increase duration by 2 or 1 rank to go from seen today. Okay, we got Shadow Name, Cabal Theme, and I'm going to do it instantly. So just 4 from bonus from Yanchas. Cool. That will give me 10 dice minus 2 is 8. Not going to spend willpower.
6 dice of paradox.
Well, we got, because I got, that. I don't have a dedicated magical tool. But it's minus 2 because it's a mind spell and I'm in the astral. So minus 2 dice of paradox. So we got, that would be 6. It's 4 dice. And I don't want to trigger a paradox, so I'm going to spend 4 mana.
All right, chance status.
Yep.
Can you do
Cool.
4 mana at once, or do you have to do it over multiple rounds?
Oh, that's right. I can only
Good call.
spend 3.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it gets the 1 success.
I get the 1 success.
Yep.
And I will roll my wisdom.
Should be fine.
Yep.
It's not like you released
So
it. It's fine.
So I take 1 bashing.
What kind
Yeah,
of
very true.
What kind of maniac?
What kind of
does that?
monster would do
And
that?
it's a good thing I'm in the astral and I have extra health. Otherwise, that would put me in wound penalties. Even though I heard what you said, Drew, about ignoring wound penalties.
Oh no,
Still, it's
they're
nice.
ignoring wound
They're
penalties.
ignoring wound
Oh,
penalties.
okay, cool. Well, great. All right, fantastic.
Yeah,
Cool.
because they're
Excellent.
not quite zombies, but yeah.
Okay, excellent. So everyone is protected by Shield of Guinea. Oh, I got to roll first. Sorry. Spell roll. 8 dice. Yep. Okay. So for the next day, I have that spell up in my pattern.
Cool.
And I will put
That's
that down.
rude. 8 dice, 1 success.
Mhm.
But it's good enough, I guess.
I'm all right with that.
Yep. All right. What's that look like? Especially since, normally a mind spell you probably wouldn't even see, but here.
Yeah, here. It does have a manifestation. Well, the chains that connect us are also our protection. So what you see is some manifestation of the chains on Legba's wrist reaching out to everybody and taking form as though they're solidifying. Like he had some sense of commitment to protecting all of your minds throughout this. And you see that visualize, connect with you all, and then wrap you around in a chain and then disappear once again.
I'm not okay with it. Oh, okay. Maybe I am okay with this.
Kind of looks like we're being constricted.
Yes,
and-
exactly. But then,
Okay, we're-
it's back
we're
the way
safe.
it was before.
Okay.
All right. And that's probably a good point at which the zombies try to dogpile Legba.
Big surprise.
So, Legba, are you giving your defense stat on all of these, or are you going to... Well, I guess at this point, Juan Carlos is already attacked. So, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Okay. So we were at 9 down to 8. All right.
Clash of Wills each time.
Is there anything we can do to try to, intervene?
No. Yeah, you would have to do stuff on your turn or similar spells, or just redirect attacks to you. That said, Legba's got a lot of defense, so... All right. Oh, whoa, no, not 8 dice. So, chance die, 1, 2. All right. So,
Cool.
only actually had to successes, and
Yep.
let's see, how are they clashing? Well, I mean, not how, but what stats are they rolling? I guess just their rank.
Power plus rank is usually.
That was rank plus
sweet. Let's
influence.
see.
Oh yeah. Maybe.
Day, week,
Yeah,
week,
so
month, year.
their influence will actually apply, but they're all okay. So
Let me check
2
one
dice. Let's go. Clash of
One
Wills. One of
was it?
them was a success. Well, actually, I guess we need to see
thing. Yeah, I
your.
need to check one thing.
What are you checking?
Clash, because this is a duration spell, and so as a consequence, I get
+1.
a bonus to Clash of Wills.
Mhm.
It's +2 because I have mine 3, so it goes scene, day, week, and week gives you +2.
Oh, right. I'm thinking of the. What was I thinking of? What was the other? No. Never mind. You're good. Yes.
Yeah,
I think
Cool,
it's because you
great.
said I'm gonna bump it up,
Mm-hmm.
but then
yeah. I said it was going to be a day,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I forgot that it automatically
duration
has.
spell,
yeah. So
Yeah,
I
so
took
+2.
I took penalties to duration, like I took spell factors, but I'm just going to hand wave that and not worry about that. But it automatically would go up.
Mhm.
Cool. All right. So let me roll some
Gnosis
dice.
plus mind. It is
Gnosis
possible.
mind +2 is 8.
Could totally whiff it, right?
Oh yeah, give me that. No.
Cloak just stares at the zombie like, please, nah.
Yep. Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh.
One more.
Oh, I got to roll twice. That's right. All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the chains solidify in an instant and rebuffing their attacks. They can bounce and slide off.
You are taking away all the fun of being the DM. I get to do that shit. That is all of them. Swing back around to Gisela.
Okay,
Yeah, which I think at this point now you guys can see like, hey, we can handle the zombie horde if we all have that kind of
Yeah.
shield.
I was hesitant to shoot at the Juan Carlos because it's Isabel's husband, and maybe you don't want me to do that, but I mean, you just shot him in the face, so
Yeah.
I'm
Several
going to.
times.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yes, 5 successes, 3 damage on the
Yeah,
gun.
which technically
Why?
double-barreled shotgun probably needed to be reloaded in there. But we'll
Yeah,
continue
I was
while we
doing, like,
rolled.
While we were talking up on the steps.
Oh yeah. Brilliant. All right. But which I appreciate is like, boom to that one zombie. Oh, we're shooting Juan Carlos. Boom. And fucking 5 points of damage. Juan Carlos
Just
falls
his entire
backwards.
midsection just disappears.
Yeah. The big chunky hole and falls backwards, kind of, felling Goliath kind of vibes there.
Huh. I knew you'd be my favorite.
And that brings us, because Juan Carlos is gone, so Isabel.
Till death do us part. Just starts walking towards the well.
There are more zombies.
Yeah. And she's going to shoot at several of them.
Sure.
Take the attacks of opportunity.
Hmm?
Take the attacks of opportunity to walk through
Those
them.
aren't in this game.
Thank goodness. I got enough to track.
All right. This one is, because I can fire it up to 3 of them. So
Mhm.
this one is up to 3 of them. Oh no.
Blam. Whoosh.
A miss.
Blam. Cool. Just to...
Well, one of them just goes down.
Right, that's what I was thinking. And then the one that had been wounded also drops, leaving 2 zombies left. I believe one is... Oh, no, after Theodosia. And moving towards the well where remains the rest of the... Well, Juan Carlos's family.
How many zombies are left?
In this pack, 2.
Okay. I'm gonna do my thing again.
Sure.
3. I'll take it. So 4 points damage. Bashing.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, I was thinking, what do the zombies do now? Yeah, they go after, they disengage from Legba, seeing that trying to smack this guy doesn't seem to work. And they do want Isabel. So the one wounded, one unarmed, one harmed, unharmed, run at Isabel, a kind of flying tackle sort of scenario. What's your defense?
6.
Oh, I actually get to do 2 and 3. Ooh!
God dang.
Roll
Yikes.
those beautiful
Clash
of wheels.
Roll that beautiful clash footage.
With
Oh.
with. Okay.
First one. Second one. Oh yeah, you're getting so many exceptionals today.
They're just swinging.
Yeah, they're just
Exceptional mind.
smashing into these,
This is much better.
This is so much easier this way. Remember, friends, co-op. Cloak.
All right. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
are there are goetic representations still fighting for their lives, right? Who aren't
Nope.
taken over by the zombies?
Negative.
Okay, there aren't anymore.
Very
They're
kind of
we kind of
cinematic
came
cutscene
out,
moment where
They're
You
watching
see the
them
last
fall.
few die, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And then they're just the members of her family.
yeah, and
Right.
a horde of zombies as well.
Okay, so
But they're
it's
not
time
in this
for
combat.
Gotcha. It's time for Legba to draw on his astral presence, and instead of fighting the zombies, see what he can do about, quelling them. Right.
Turn out dead.
So, yes, exactly. The equivalent, but without a magical spell. So he's still trying to avoid casting magic directly to influence the Goetia. Protecting people is different in his mind than trying to solve the journey, right? Trying to solve the problem. So you see like a little bit of like a mist that kind of looks chain-like in form, float around the bottom of Legba, and he kind of you see his form go out of resonance a little bit and swell, and you feel his voice before he says anything, and he looks down at all the zombies, treating them as though, goetic representations that could actually understand him or feel the impact of his words instead of mindless creatures. And he says, "You will not take her. You will leave or you will die." I'm going to roll Presence Intimidation.
Very good one.
All right. And this is going to be rote, of course.
Is there a penalty for trying to intimidate a whole crowd of zombies?
There is. There is. It is listed.
You're less scary when you're talking to many people, not just one.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
So, chains up, Legba manifesting his presence. Also, who knows if this would have an effect, but it's worth looking at, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
But Shadow Self does say something about how you affect people.
Mm-hmm. In this case, it is not going to, because none of these
Cool.
people recognize who.
Great. Sounds good.
Yep.
Just wanted to bring it up because it was the first time it might be relevant.
Yep.
Cool. So please let me know what penalty.
Yeah,
my
that's
total
what I was
dice
trying
roll
to
prior wrote.
think on. There it is, influencing groups. Oh, that's for doors. I think we're going to do this at a -4.
-4? Cool. Well, that cancels out the additional bonuses I get on top of things. So, rolling 10 dice wrote. Let's see what happens. Y'all ready?
Professional training in being scary, friends.
Oh, yeah. No mods. Oh, that works for me.
All right. Yeah, so the, zombies who are, edging in after the first wave. And of note, the zombies themselves are obviously focused in on taking down Isabel, but they're not swarming in such a way to leave the well unguarded. It's very clearly that this is their kind of like flag to hold.
Gotcha.
But,
Okay.
yeah, with the big and booming intimidation, Papa Legba is standing just a little bit taller and taller and pulling a whole Gandalf move. And they kind of step back and aren't quite willing to throw themselves, but they are, for now, standing their ground and kind of huddling around the well. And we see the two wounded ones, well, actually one wounded one loose one, who are by themselves up here in this little group, are just like, yeah, never mind, and draw back, at which point the remnant of Juan Carlos's family starts shouting at them and stuff, and then looking to you guys and stepping forward, and that's when we're going to go to our break.
Cool.
Perfect timing.
Zombies with a sense of self-preservation. Interesting.
Yes, it's not actually zombies. Yep. So Twitch folks, will be right back. Well, I mean, you got like a couple minutes. YouTube guys, Blink will be back. Back in a sec. Hi, folks.
Guess what, folks? Time to get
missed
real
you.
weird. Oh, yeah. We missed the shit out of y'all.
All right.
We're playing
What?
Left 4 Dead and one of the Mage's souls. I think we're pretty weird achieved.
We're doing
right
great
there.
this week.
Well, we haven't decided yet if it's Left 4 Dead or Dead by Daylight. That's it.
If it was Dead by Daylight, I don't think we'd be doing so well.
It would be a lot more running through the dark. So yeah, that actually does bring us to stepping forward, and Juan Carlos's family, now irritated, aggravated, and it's a weird mix of, we don't care what you've done, we don't care that you've killed Juan Carlos, we still want you here, Isabel. Please come back. Come join us. We're your family. Mixed with a lot of just cursing, screaming at the rest of you for killing Juan Carlos, for taking Isabel away. And some of this for Isabel is definitely like, oh, this is new dialogue options. Actually, all of this is new dialogue options because for the most part, yeah, never killed Juan Carlos. Or, well, probably have, but taking them all on, why? No, get away. But yeah, so you have, Abuela, you got grandma, you got mom, dad, and probably I don't know how large of a family was here in the hacienda. Big nods there. So we talking several siblings.
He's got several sisters and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep. And so while the zombie folks are kind of hedging back and centering around the well, as this last, we won't let you take this, the rest of the family are stepping forward, and you have, or Juan Carlos, still looked kind of like Juan Carlos from Isabel's memories, but bigger and scarier and monstrous, and very kind of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of thing. The rest of the family look considerably more twisted, and have a lot more horror, less Isabel trying to remember them the way they had been before this happened. This is far more upfront and more weird. Notably, Abuela, the little grandmother, as she's moving, she's leaving little burnt footprints in the grass in the plaza, or as she steps on stone, watching it, bubble up and kind of become molten. Her, skin and clothing look normal, but you can sense and see little hot spots beneath her skin where it kind of glows through. Dad is at this point, and I think you're probably seeing these transformations happening. You see Dad bulking up Thing-esque, big heavy stone, where Mom is probably actually stone too, but to paint with a big broad brushstroke here, we're talking molten lava volcano kind of vibes from all of these people, heavily resilient or setting things on fire. And as you watch them walking forward, and you had that whole we're gonna go to a rumble moment, you can see them changing and shifting, and it doesn't necessarily coincide with what you would normally think of the dead rising, but they are in charge. So somehow it's related. Yeah, Isabel definitely doesn't know. You guys have a moment here of how do you want to do this, but at the start of the fight. And some of this may be predicated based on how Isabel's daemon reacts to this crap.
Yeah. The thing that has always held us back is not understanding what happened or why.
So we need to get
Perhaps
to
in
the
here
well.
there is a clue.
Let us all master our understanding. Drew, could I do something that requires an instant action before the combat begins?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Cool.
I mean, this is... We're in the Oneiros. This is drama city. What seems appropriate. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well then, what happens? Oh yeah.
Well, what's the action that you're doing? Let's start with there.
Oh, igniting my amnion.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try and avoid getting hit like I did before.
I am reloading my gun.
Oh yeah.
Isabel as well.
I am casting a spell.
Okay.
And I know I don't have ammunition for it, but I figure
You do.
we're in
Yeah.
fake land, mine land. I can have it because I say I do.
Mm-hmm.
It's where you reflexively reach to grab it.
Yeah, reach
Yeah.
to go grab it and it's there.
Yep. Yeah, which, as Legba puts on his amnion, that is a thing for everybody else that you potentially could do. Well, except for the daemon.
Isabel, no.
Yep. Daemon doesn't have an amnion. But
I don't think I would know what it is or what it does.
I mean, you'd instinctively understand how to... You might not know what to call it or whatever, but
Indeed.
I imagine it's like breathing, right? Like just when you're there and as a mage, like it's something you can do. Just like you don't like initially didn't know how to like rationalize your mage sight and stuff like that,
but it is armor. It lowers your gives you a penalty on finesse tasks and -2 defense, but
-1 defense.
Mhm.
-2 penalty to the finesse task and -1 to defense.
Correct. And yeah, armor is lower of Gnosis or highest subtle arcana.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm fine. My
Piercing
defense right now is
deception.
9.
Why water? Where's coffee? There we go. All right. Theo.
So can
Yes.
I flavor this a little?
Potentially. Let's figure out if it goes off first.
Sure.
But are you spending mana on the overreach? It's just one die.
No.
Okay. And so that's
Ooh,
3, 6.
that is a dramatic failure
No, it's
yeah,
not.
you get less paradox next time.
on Paradox.
It's just a failure because didn't spend mana. It's not a chance die.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry, I thought it was a chance die.
Save the mana. 4 successes. All right. Pierce Deception. I imagine you're casting this in the area.
Well,
or-
it's on me.
Right. And what was the second reach duration?
Well, it instant cast, and I wanted to see what the truth was, but
Oh, right.
I know these are help me out here. Oneiros guys.
Goche?
Goche. I know these are Goche. I'm looking for the truth of what they represent to Isabel.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. I don't know how much of that you'll pick up, but yeah. It's a very, very good good way of looking at it. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Like I
Magical-
know these aren't actually zombies. And I know there are Goche. I'm looking for the half truth in between, if that makes sense.
Yep, sees illusions, phantasms, and lies for what they are. Blah, 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 blah.
So that would show me like claimed or possessed stuff as well, right?
And do you got spirit?
No.
But no, that's actually a very, very good idea, because in addition to sensing falsehoods, the subject gains some symbolic sense of what the truth is, veiled in supernal symbolism and metaphor. So you don't necessarily know what's going on here, but you definitely have, yes, this stuff is, it's not an illusion. It's not a falsehood or anything like that, but I do think that you are looking at the goetic actors, and you're able to see very clearly that, these are goetic representations of anguish and, I don't know necessarily say remorse, but what's the appropriate emotion here that, yeah, Chris, well, what emotion does she feel primarily about the people left behind?
Loss?
Yeah.
Terror?
Yeah. Sorrow. Yeah. But within that symbolism, there's also some of these other markers where I think from your perspective, having seen zombies, made one, it's like, yeah, definitely not dead, though they're acting or have some appearances that seem similar to a walking corpse, but you don't have the arcane vocabulary to try and nail down exactly what they are at a glance. So it's definitely one of those things of like, I see some stuff and I'm gonna have to think about this later, and talk with some folks, and it'll be a later intellect plus occult roll to try and figure out what they're representing as opposed to what they actually are. Amnion, reloading, cool. So I think we get into the the Avengers walk into a run or jog into a run.
Yeah.
And yeah, just to make it nice and easy, I guess we're gonna have a 4-on-4 fight here. Just that way I don't go bonkers. That was really dumb of me. Okay, that's fine. I realize I can do this.
Yes, finally. Roll good. -3 is 12.
There we go. Jean-Paul is 12. I think you guys might be able to do the D&D thing where you can click on your... No, not any of these have names.
Click on your...
Yeah, I don't know who's who.
Yeah. So that helps Theo.
If you hover,
Click on the token.
if you hover over the turn order, it'll highlight the one.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Nameplate. There we go.
So we're doing this.
Terrible.
We are charging into battle here. And Isabel.
I rolled a 2 again.
Oof. Oh, but you get a +2, right?
Do I?
Because manipulation or wits instead of dexterity, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So Isabel kind of taking that forward lead, but Grandma goes first. And watch as she basically... Oh, she doesn't jog forward. No, she walks forward, plants her feet, and very mage-esque, hands in front of her, forms up a ball of fire, looks at you, and just flings it, and you hear something along the lines of, "I never liked you anyways." And she's using blast. Need to set up bookmarks.
We still have Cloak's shield, right?
Affirm.
Yeah. It's up for a week. Within the Oneiros. Or rather, within the Astral Realms.
What am I rolling here? Power plus finesse, that's right.
0 dice.
Definitely rolling a little bit more than 0 dice.
A couple few more than 0.
You know, it's called priming. You just say that enough times, and then somebody rolls 0 dice. And they're like, yeah, it makes sense. That's fine.
I should have checked about defense. I don't think that it cares, but we're going to be sure just so I'm... Yeah, wounds is a firearm. Okay. Isabel does not have any defense against firearms. Power plus finesse. All right, brace yourselves.
Yep, I know. Okay, that hits. Time for a clash.
That's
15 dice,
everybody
2
out there in
successes.
podcast land.
Jesus.
Time for a clash.
All right. Yeah, roll your clash.
Yep.
15.
You are in my soul.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Succeed.
This is close.
It was real close.
Yeah. So this streaking ball of fire flies towards Isabel and just smacks up against the sudden, links of chain. Spawn! That's who I was thinking of. All the chain and stuff like that. Okay, sorry. Moving on.
They said that in chat
that was
15
in
minutes
chat,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't watch chat. You can see all
No,
the
you can
crap
flip
I'm
back
dealing
and
with
forth.
already.
I flip back and forth.
Which does mean, Isabel, you may retort.
Mhm.
Great name for a gun, by the way.
Mhm.
Retort.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting both barrels.
Ooh, yeah. Well,
Cool.
well,
I guess that's okay.
+2, right?
Huh? +2 damage.
Okay. All right. Baba Sarah.
I believe that canon fact is correct, Perry.
Say that again.
Perry's canon fact
Yeah.
in chat. The last retort of kings or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Stamped on the side of a cannon.
Percy's pistol. Yeah, that's right.
One
Dang
of
it.
Percy's several.
Percy?
Critical roll.
Ah.
He has a retort pistol and a big gun and a medium-sized gun.
I think so.
Who am I facing off against?
Yes. Yeah. Across the way from the four of you is Grandma, Mom, Dad, and we'll say baby sister.
Mm-hmm. Like, is there a particular opponent who's
Nah.
going for me? Okay, good. Grandma through the fire,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna nail Grandma.
Thank you, Chris.
Not doing phrasing anymore.
Nope.
Ooh.
What was the 6 dice for? Oh, the same
The
damage
spell.
spell? Okay.
You ain't doing nothing to Grandma.
Oh,
right.
That's fun.
yeah.
Cool. I don't even need to look up. Yeah, your skin starts to slough off, and much the same effect that you were going to visit upon her.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a condition. I will see if I can find it real quick. But yeah,
Called gangrene.
basically.
It's called necrosis. It's called. I think I got bit by a brown recluse, even though I'm 1,000 miles west of their native range. And I actually just got a bacterial infection.
for the time
That's
being,
really on point there.
I mean, you're talking about the bug guy, right? Though technically spiders aren't bugs. But no, for now, you're basically dealing with the poisoned tilt,
Okay.
which is a moderate one. So you will be taking 1 point of bashing per turn of combat.
Cool.
And
Starting now, I assume. Like I have 1 point of bashing.
yep.
Cool.
Blah 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 blah, and then yeah, you'll have to do stamina plus resolve on your turn after this one, obviously, to shake it off. If you intend to act on the turn as well, you suffer a -3 penalty.
Okay.
Poison tilt is actually
pretty good.
pretty irritating. Yep.
How do I clear that condition? Or I just get the beat anyway.
The condition will basically be getting rid of the poisoning in one way or another, either
The
shrugging
dramatic
it off
failure.
or
Yeah, the dramatic failure just gives you the tilt. You just get a beat for a dramatic failure.
Okay.
It's not condition derived.
Right.
technically it would be a condition, but because we're in combat, I'm just going to use the tilt and just give you the beat. Let's see here, Jean-Paul, you are up, and then the
All
rest
right.
of the family, and then Gisela.
Setting his eyes on. Well, let's see. Grandma's trying to blast people. Grandma's just a Goche. She's getting attention. Gonna go up and see if I can take her out in one blow.
All right.
See what happens.
Sure.
Cool. All right. What's your defense?
12.
Dang.
So what happens when you're
Jesus.
messing with rank 3 Goetia?
Oh, that's right. All right.
I'm gonna stick with the guns.
You know what? Maybe time to cast magic.
Like I was fine. I'll cast magic like a freaking wizard.
Well, I mean, yeah, but he's trying to avoid it, right? Only in circumstances where it makes sense, and it's like, all right, I
That's
probably
fine.
can't do this.
Do you want
Right.
to manifest your chain into a gun?
Well, I mean, not good with guns, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. For another in character reason we haven't talked about, he doesn't wield firearms. Let's see. What am I going to do? Okay, I got an idea. This might be cool. Now, where is that effect? Where's that effect?
And yes, chat, it's not envenomed, it's poisoned because Theo did it to herself. She didn't bite herself.
Yeah. In Cloak's mind, trying to kill the native Goche is something he's trying to avoid, right? He's trying to impair them and protect us.
Mm-hmm.
So what he wants to do is he wants to try and mollify them so that we can get the knowledge we need and escape,
Sure.
right? They're a denizen of this realm, and in the mind of Legba, right, they're not evil or good. They're just a part, and they're more entitled to the home here than he is.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's not going to cast a damaging spell against them.
Sure.
He's going to try and stop them from hurting us.
Sure.
And so he's going to... Go ahead.
No. I'm letting you finish, but then I realized I didn't talk about the goals for the two sides in combat.
Cool.
So
Sounds good. Legba's goal, considering it's relevant right here, is for us to get the knowledge and escape without any further injury happening to either side. That's his goal. However, it can comport with what everybody else wants to have happen, and I, out of character, will lean on Isabel and Isabel's daemon. Sorry, Chris and Isabel's daemon's preference, right? But anyway, so Legba's going to cast an improvised spell, a ruling spell, right? Akin to kind of like control instincts in life, to try and quell their violent tendencies so that they're likely to surrender and let us get the knowledge we need and leave.
okay.
Not necessarily put them asleep, but stop them from fighting. Like, this is over.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And I'm assuming I'm going to have to deal with some withstand.
Withstand. Withstand the rank, and it wouldn't be a clash, I guess. Would it be a clash?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because they don't have any effect themselves. Yeah, so, yep, withstand.
Okay, what do we call this? We call this... There we go. Cool. So, I'm going to assume a ruling spell, and I'm going to do sensory range, advanced duration. No, sorry. Let me pause. Let me pause for a minute. This is a spell targeting these Goche. So, I think scale is going to cover them, right, as a group. And then sensory range.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need advanced duration. So, I think that's all I need, right?
Sure.
Cool. All right, great. So, I need instant cast plus those two, which is 3 reach. And I have 2 free.
Mm-hmm.
Great. This is 3. Mine 3. Going to increase the potency considerably. Let's go for... the rank is 3, but I don't know that. I mean, he told us. Increase it by 1. Don't need increased duration. Scale is advanced. Don't need to increase that. All right, so Yantra bonuses.
How many turns are you going to cast?
1.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is a kind of edge case of where you might think that my shadow name would or would not apply. I mean, Legba is dealing with...
I mean, this is a very
Goche.
Legba situation.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Fantastic. Just making sure. Great. Then we're going for 4. And that's... So it's going to be -2, none others. Yep. It's going to be 8 dice, just as before.
Spending mana? Oh, wait. Never mind. It's just
yeah.
a chance die.
Yep. Cool.
Whiff.
Yep. Awesome.
6, 4, 8. Yeah.
All right. Great. Cool. Takes effect.
Cool. The spell washes over. Well, and to clarify, because you were talking about using advanced scale. Is that what you're talking about? And doing each of these subjects?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
cool.
right.
So yeah, you watch as the spell kind of washes over them, and it like they're not necessarily a slack jawed, but a like. Fine, we'll let them have it. And then they all spend willpower and go, no! And shake it off. Except for baby sister. She's rank 1, so the +2 to willpower isn't going to save her. So she just kind of sits down and kind of looks and is like, why do we care? Going back to the combat thing, which obviously is a meta out of character concept, but for them, their goal is to bring Isabel into the fold. Just to clarify that.
Makes sense.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, now for everybody else. All right, so Dad, who's now increasingly larger and larger and made of stone and kind of this shifting scales of shifting obsidian scales and stone, and headed right for Isabel. And what is Isabel's defense? 6? Okay. And then because it wouldn't be power plus finesse to just hit, it would be power plus brawl.
But they don't have skills, so it's power plus finesse.
Is it always power plus finesse?
For physical attacks of ephemeral beings, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's usually pretty brutal.
Okay, so 6, 9. Yep, real brutal. All right. Fuck.
Right. Clash.
Roll that clash. That's probably gonna win. Yep. So big overhand, like walloping swing coming down and just smashes against a canopy o chain. And yeah, okay, so that's gonna be him. Mom stepping up with this, fairly similar to Grandma with all this fire going on, and begins to melt the stone beneath all of you.
Don't like that.
This is going to be a clash of
Too bad it's
wills.
not on mine. Cool.
Yep. Because this is not a listed Numina, it's just a Numina she has. Because I'm the DM and I'm a storyteller. I can do that. Pastor's Venice. All right, there we go.
Cool.
So that activates.
Yep. Clash time.
Yep. Yeah, okay.
You're just so unlucky.
Well, and again, this is one of those, like, when you have a mage who goes up against, it's the same thing with a spirit mage dealing with spirits. They can hold their own. The stone around you, and in some places at the plaza where there's grass, things start to get molten and bubbling up, and you can feel the heat of it, but do not start to sink down into this kind of mire, quicksand, molten stone. Yes. Not going to throw fire damage at people because that would be a little bit silly. And then sisters out. Yeah. Okay. Isabel.
Why are we out of order?
Wait. Oh yeah. How did
Isabel should have been at the top of the chart with me at the bottom.
it was? Because I can cycle.
I think
it
you
through.
double skipped.
Yeah, I totally just skipped Gisela. That's why. Sorry. Yep. I clicked next after doing her instead of you.
Okay. I'm going to shoot at the grandma.
Sure.
That seems scary, but also seems unlikely to be able to actually hit us.
Yep. Fair.
I'm almost out of willpowers, but I'll use this one. Really?
Oof.
Ooh,
Rough.
wow.
Crud.
Yeah. Gun goes off and just a little bit too far away, a little bit. Yeah. Man. Okay, well, Ash, you and I, we can commiserate later on the loser's couch.
9 dice.
9 dice, 0 successes. Ugh. Okay, now it's Isabel's turn.
She's gonna fire at all 3 active participants.
Sure. It was just a -1 effectively for you, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Essentially just cancels out my specialty.
Oh.
First one was at grandma, then dad, then mom.
Cool. So, grandmom is up to, all these are +2. So 10. Grandma falls like one of the little old ladies that got shot in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Need to rewatch that. It's been a while.
Mom and dad both take a hit, and to borrow the D&D parlance, the gun does not seem to do as much damage to dad as you would expect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Chunks of rock blowing off.
Yep.
But
Shrapnel flying through the air. Theo. Because grandma's down. Yep.
Is there cover I can duck
I mean,
behind?
the cover is the pile of zombies surrounding the well. Because this is it is the interior plaza. You might be able to back up, and because there's some columns, supporting the upper section there. But
Sure, gonna try and duck behind a column and reach into my pocket where I find like a little herb pouch. And I'm going to attempt some wits in first aid or intelligence in first aid
to do which?
for medicine to cure myself of the poisoned condition.
Okay. Well, you can, because there's a reflexive stamina plus what was it?
Stamina resolve.
Stamina plus resolve.
Okay, so I can try that reflexively, and if that doesn't work, I can take an action.
Because reflexive is always just a reflexive thing. Okay, cool. So you do not take damage this turn.
Okay.
It does not, and I'm sorry, this is something me just now rereading it. That means you do not take damage this turn, but your roll here to cure yourself will be at a -3.
Okay.
And yes, I'm good with either wits or intelligence. Technically, it's going to be a power or finesse roll. Plus medicine, because we are in the astral.
Yeah, -3, but I can spend willpower on that.
Oh, interesting. That roll should have been double resistance rather than resolve the stamina.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, regardless, it was
It worked out.
success, so we don't care
Yeah.
in this particular case. But yeah, that's true. Because I think composure is even higher for.
Hey.
Hey,
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So it's a, and especially I think within the astral, it's more of a, I'm gonna take this medicinal herb, this green herb that I have found here,
green medicine.
and I'm just
Poison
gonna,
wort.
We got
or something, yeah, yeah.
zombies.
gonna
We got
just,
green herbs.
and I'm just gonna
This
chew
is
on it
a
and feel better.
residence, and we're trying to defeat evil.
Yeah, we're totally not playing Resident Evil.
Some of these things do seem like biohazards, yes.
Sorry, what was that?
I said some of these things do seem like biohazards, yes.
Yeah. So that takes care of Theo. That was with the -3 too. Jean-Paul.
All right, he does it again. They shove it off, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I could have just enforced my will, so that their will could not have defeated it." So he's like shaking his head, like novice mistake. That's basically the expression on his face. All right, so we're casting again, same as before. This time I'm adding willpower,
Okay.
so which will result in. Oh, sorry. This time I'm increasing the potency by an additional 2 steps, and then also spinning willpower to compensate.
So it's at a -1.
So I'm rolling, yes, 1 fewer die, which is 7 dice.
Cool.
One
Great.
actual dice of paradox.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Unless
it?
you spend mana. Yeah, it was a chance die before.
Right. Chance die previously because
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got one spot where I can handle it. So yeah, go ahead.
nothing.
Excellent. Nothing. Cool. Spell goes off.
Cool. Yeah, cranked it up, and as before, you get to see them kind of get hit, and spend willpower to try and shrug it off, but then they all kind of take a knee, and kind of, well, not all of them. Abuela is down, bleeding out and making, more angry Spanish cursing, but mom and dad kind of take a knee and are kind of irritated, frustrated. Effectively, I'm applying the beaten down tilt to them.
Cool.
And they're
Excellent. That's what I was trying to do.
and they're not currently spending willpower to get back into the fight, but which leaves a huge horde of zombies and the well. So we're kind of at this point out of combat, and you have the zombies, especially as you guys have seen, are more obstacle than opponent.
Mm-hmm. Leg was now willing to apply his own attempts to evaluate what's happening. He's been waiting for others to do that,
Sure.
considering it's a group activity, right? Part of the wisdom he's seeking is how he can support others and just be in the primary role, despite his endowed responsibility as the opener of ways and master of understanding. So I think this is a great opportunity for the change in gnosis, right? Moving away from that vice and towards the virtue. Okay, so Legba is going to attempt to understand what's in the well by approaching it and looking inside, and then will aid himself through the casting of magic only if necessary.
Cool. There's a bunch of zombies between you and there.
Okay, and you said that's an obstacle, right? So how do you want to handle the obstacle?
That's not. I'm the storyteller. You tell me how you're getting past the obstacle.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Cool. Let's see. Those, they're mollified. Legba's goal is to get to understanding, and the main zombies are... Oh, you know what? He now feels that it's at the point where it would not be inappropriate for him to apply a similar kind of effect on the rest of the zombies. If that's okay with you.
Fire away.
Or, let's see, what will work
I
best?
have a spell I'm picking up.
All right, cool. Great. Then,
Oh, that's true, because
you
Isabel can
prefer to
cast
follow your
magic down
lead.
here.
Yeah.
Or the daemon can. Oh boy.
Cool.
All right, that's a spell.
go right ahead.
instant, sensory, advanced scale.
Okay.
Essentially targeting the area around the well. I have infinite reach. I just remembered. This is my soul. Hell yeah!
Does it count for the daemon? Yeah, I guess it
The
would.
daemon has infinite reach in their own soul. That's why you don't want to go fight someone's daemon in their soul.
Yep.
3 dice.
0. Yeah, 3.
That's what the asshole thing to do is, if you're a Mastigos, is rip somebody's daemon out of their mind.
Oh,
and
it
fight
doesn't
them.
work.
Oh.
It should have worked. It was a good story. Just blasting zombies apart.
I was just say roll
magic.
roll 2d10.
Nope.
You gonna push it?
No.
No. But the narrative of the spell there was what? Just a big like AoE send them flying kind of thing.
Yeah, more or less.
Gotcha.
Just a literal blast of spirit energy.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Because it was like just because they're Goche doesn't mean anything. You can still blast them with spirit attacks. Yep. Okay. But yeah.
I think there's something that holds her back from doing it at the last second. We'll say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are family and such.
Yeah. Friends and employees and cousins and all sorts of stuff.
At this point, very similar to like I made the reference before with Turn Undead. At this point, they're backed up and are in a very like defensive posture. Sure. Yep. I mean, if you're dropping an AoE, you're probably fine with just advanced scale, because advanced scale is
Small
a large
room.
room, or
Yeah.
even a small room, and we're just talking about a clump of people around a well. Make it a chance die. Cool. Yeah, they're rank zeros. But yeah, they, similarly, they're in this defensive posture and they kind of shy away. And, especially since you guys are making this, I imagine, clustered trump towards the well itself, a way is made for you as a bunch of them kind of scurry away. And yeah, you make your way to the well. Like I said, fairly large. From the exterior, from up above and, here, nothing seems unusual about the well, especially for Isabel's daemon. Like, this is the way the well has always appeared. But
Can I look at it with just like a normal perception? Like the eye for the strange?
yeah. Wits plus composure? Or, actually, is that what eye for strange is? Wits plus
Intelligence plus composure.
I think it's intelligence composure.
Yep. Which would be
Power plus resistance.
Yep.
So is it your highest power stat? Okay. Wait.
Not physical.
Yeah, it can't be
No,
physical.
like I can't roll strength.
Yeah, correct. Nope.
Oh no.
Yeah, wits composure is better for me.
But
Like, steps up
Sure.
and evaluates all the symbolism of these zombies protecting the well, them wanting Isabel to participate and be indoctrinated in this family where they're all becoming corrupt, and the well itself and what it might represent in her psyche. And so he peers into the well. And
You peer into the well?
activates- Yes, he peers into the
Cool.
well.
All right. Give me a double resistance roll.
Cool. Excellent. And I'm going to spend willpower on this. So this will be 11 dice.
Cool.
Damn. All right. Well, we're
so-
going to clash this.
Huh?
Clashing. Still got that.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Damn. Oh, God. Just got to spend another willpower. All right. There we go. 10 dice. We're going to get lucky. Oh,
All right.
yeah.
So reroll.
Oh no.
Ah, jeez. Well. Nope.
Cool. Everybody else, you watch as Papa Legba leans over and, kind of peers into the well. And there is a whipcord-esque tendril of skin and flesh flails up, there we go, wraps the whole way around Legba's body, torso, and is drawn in. And that is the last, not overly dramatic, that's the last we see of Papa Legba. For Ralph, Legba is no longer in this memory.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We will talk about where you may end up, but
Cool.
yeah. For everybody else, that just happened.
Well, it's interesting considering Walk in Two Worlds is still up.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's never happened before, right?
No.
Never made it to the well before.
He's not here.
Oh, you know what? Oh, man. Man, I should have brought up something. Well, I like this story, so I'm not going to do it.
Whatever just happened shouldn't be able to. This, and she twirls around, this should be contained. That's what my job is.
So he's somewhere else in Isabel's
I would go so far
mind.
to tell Isabel's daemon that Legba is no longer in this Oneiros.
Oh.
So that just means he got kicked out and is back in his body.
Does it?
It's a little shaken up,
Could
right?
be. He wouldn't be shaken up because he got soul shocked. If he got kicked out of an Oneiros, there's no soul shock if it happens in an Oneiros.
Unless it killed you.
Theo doesn't know that.
Well, no, if it kills your dream form,
Mhm.
It
That
doesn't
gives
soul shock you. It's only soul shocked if you get killed in the Temenos or the Anima Mundi. If you get killed in the
Oh,
Oneiros,
right.
you don't get the soul shock condition.
Right. It's the skipping the layers out.
Mhm.
That's right.
That's the
exactly. Yeah. When you're in a mind, you just get kicked out of the mind.
So, before we think about this well, is there anything that the two of you can tell from this memory?
No more active threats, right? Other than the well.
No, at this point, the family is kind of yielded.
Can I try and interpret that symbolism I got from Pierce Deception?
Sure. Yeah. Roll intellect plus occult. -2.
Talk about it as a group kind of thing? Or?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Good job. You rolled it.
So, and Drew didn't give me a lot, but what do I get from that? Because you didn't really give me anything at the time.
Yeah, I did not give you anything because Baba Sarah has very little experience with what she's seen. But yeah, all sorts of interesting symbols that, based on your study of Arcana, you do not recognize. But you do recognize this is not related to ghosts. There is something similar, maybe akin to possession,
Mhm.
which is a ghost thing, but it's not quite. But yeah, with your 2 successes, that's all you can kind of puzzle out by yourself.
All right. So, Theo will try and describe the supernal symbolism she saw under Pierce Deception.
Sure. Anybody else can also make
Does that-
intellect plus occult rolls. -2 now.
That,
Do another one? Another one? Well, I've already done one.
Did you do one? No. We're talking about
Well,
from
In this current discussion.
Okay.
yeah, from what
You said -2.
Baba Sarah think. Yes, -2. Okay.
I got one
Cool.
success.
Okay. So yeah, putting your 3 heads together, and kind of crossing through and process of elimination, and with the family right there, this sounds like spirit stuff, which is also why for Baba Sarah, it's like, okay, there's our relation to ghosts. But yeah, this is a thing that ghosts definitely can't do, but spirits can. And Craig nailed it originally. Yeah, these people are claimed by spirits. And it appears to be a whole host of similar choir, I think is the term, of spirits that are all working in tandem.
I didn't know they could do that.
so, Pierce Deception is a duration spell.
Mm-hmm.
So, what did I see when the tentacle came up and grabbed Legbo?
Nothing false. Whatever it was, whatever is
Okay.
in there, and primarily because you saw an arm. It was not not the full self. What were you saying, Ash, with warding gesture?
Yeah, it was basically. I don't know how effective this shield will be in this situation, but before anyone goes and gets too near the well, I want to try to shield us.
Sure. Add on top.
Mhm.
It is
Double
1
flash.
paradox.
With so 8 dice.
So, the thing I'm curious about is that when this was going on, Isabel didn't know any of this.
That is correct.
So how is that supernal representation here if Isabel didn't know any of this?
I mean, she's Isabel.
What do you
But-
mean?
Like, if this is a memory,
Mm-hmm.
how is that supernal truth present in the memory when she had no knowledge of it?
This is more of a looking back and seeing these things. I recognize now what they are.
Okay.
Because
These are goetic representations of actual things that she saw.
correct.
So there's that little kernel of, yep, they were claimed.
Well, I think the next thing to do is, because I still got supernal perception, I'll take a quick peek over the well. See what's there.
Sure.
Can I like hold on to the back of her dress or whatever? Like I don't know if that will help,
Sure.
but
I'm going to succeed on one of these clashes.
it's just like I want to do what I can to try to hold her here.
Sure.
And Bob Sayer's pretty calm about it all. She's just proposing that as the next step forward, unless anyone has
Do
any
it.
other ideas.
Do it.
Okay.
I mean, I think what's in the well is important.
Yep.
I would agree.
We're going back there. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was important before. Now, like, I'm afraid of it, but also we need to see it.
Okay. Taking a peek.
Okay. You do not need to make a roll yet.
Okay.
Looking down, you see, especially with your pierce deception, I will give you that whole, what does this thing represent?
Mm-hmm.
You see, for us nerds out here in the real world, effectively the Sarlacc pit. Just this big, angry mouth, tentacles flailing about. But your little quick peek, and then like he's like yanking you back before you get, you see it chowing down on a representation of Papa Legba, but literally just a representation, not Papa Legba as himself. Here I will reveal to Ralph. You are knocked out. You are no longer in the Oneiros, but you haven't gone anywhere else. You weren't pulled into the Temenos or anything like that.
Gotcha. So it was just a
had to
quick
leave
exit.
the dramatic reveal there.
Trash shoot.
Yep. But for Baba Sarah, you recognize that this thing isn't something that Isabel has an actual memory of. All that Isabel knows is it originated from the well. Has no actual memory or knowledge of what was in there. So you are looking at basically the empty spot, the gap, the missing piece in her puzzle.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. I know where we're going.
It's the list of side quests extends.
Yup, and he's gonna have his ability to do this.
So cool, you know where you're going, but we have no idea. So it's like almost like an antlion or something, or like an antlion.
That's not
octopus?
a bad. Yeah, it's not a bad description.
Yeah.
So how do we dig it out?
Yeah, so this is where I'm going to get slightly meta and be like, this is not something that you guys are going to be able to plug up or solve from here. This is a big, nasty thing of missing knowledge. So clearly,
We need to go to the well,
hacienda.
the actual
We go to
well.
the well.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Yep, we're going there.
that is Authority
And-
Road.
We're gonna bring people. We're gonna bring people with guns.
In many ways.
there.
if she responds to us. The last time we left her, she was completely non-responsive.
Can you talk to her?
Can you jolt her out of whatever?
Which, dramatic irony, over on the other side, you could see Papa Legba is actually seeing Isabel kind of putting herself back together, I believe, Chris.
One or two questions,
How do we
if I may?
get out?
Well, getting out is easy.
There's a couple different easy ways out, but
Mama Sarah knows how. Also, you could just jump in the pit. It's fine. Nobody cares.
So she was the daughter of a Dawn. This is her life we'll remember, right? Okay. All right. I guess it's exit time. Hmm? Mm-hmm. I'm aware. And I understand. It just gives me complicated feelings. But I'll sort those out. I usually do.
let's go shooting less terrible things.
As long as you can keep giving me nice guns with infinite ammo.
And I think with that, the two of you wake up and find Jules, who is, now shifted Isabel, to sit on her own and just kind of looking in her face and, are you back with us? As, Papa Legba is also has always had consciousness, has less of a snap and just more like closing off an awareness, as the two of you kind of wake up and come back to yourselves.
So did you get any of that?
Ooh. What do you think, Drew?
I don't know who Ash, I don't know if
That's me
I think-
turning to
yeah.
Isabel. Like, how much of what we
okay,
just
gotcha.
are you consciously aware of?
Maybe we should start something similar or simpler. How are you feeling? You okay?
Will be.
You kind of shut down on us there for a while and we weren't certain what to do.
The fact that it's so fresh in my mind means that, well, I take it to mean that you saw me on my worst day.
That is one perspective. We've also seen you on your best day, because that is the day you escaped something you were destined to, something you were bequeathed to, something you refused to participate in, and that led to who you are now. It is one link in your chain. No better or worse than others.
It was also a moment of transition for you.
Goddamn
It was
Moros.
also the day she lost her whole family.
Right.
Like,
There,
because it led to an awakening doesn't mean it was
it
good.
didn't lead to an awakening. It had nothing to do with her awakening.
Yeah.
Everything is connected. It's neither good nor bad. It is painful. It causes anguish. It may be regrettable. But the moral valuation of the events that happen in our life can lead to us not appreciating them for their true worth and importance. It can lead to gaps in our understanding of ourselves and our past, and that can linger with us until we deal with them. You have to go back. You have to form a new memory. You have to go back to the well.
Oh, no. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
We found something in there. There's a secret in that well that maybe you don't even know about, but we saw it.
Whatever happened came out of that well.
And that's the problem.
You need
It
to deal with
can't resolve itself until you know what it was. We'll be with you. If you'll have us.
We'll bring lots of guns.
Bring as many people with guns as you like.
I mean, we don't have to do this if you don't want to, but it seemed pretty clear that that is a block that's holding you back.
So, real quick pause. Because the well is something that we as a group could go and explore to find out more about. Understanding what happened generally, how her family came to be damaged and lost, is the actual block that I have imagined for the character. So
Nobody else needs to feel to shove Isabel towards the well immediately.
right, like it is likely that she will decide to, like, her curiosity and knowing that it all is based around spirit magic is a good hook to get her to go check it out. But the fact that, like, understanding and coming to terms with the fact that everything that she's dedicated her magic towards is related and interconnected with the tragedy that happened to her family. That's what she has to come to terms with, not what exactly happened, what exactly is in the well, that kind of thing. So,
Okay.
But yeah, like, more or less, just like in time, perhaps, but there are other things to attend to.
Like the
Yes,
zombie
indeed.
bandits.
You said there
the
were dead that
storm
walked the
of the-
earth.
Yeah.
Which none of you have. Well,
Yeah, you didn't tell us any of that, so.
yeah, you got panic version of it.
Didn't you say that, though? I think Legba was there.
So the dead walk the earth, right?
Dead Walk the Earth was
Oh,
awesome.
yeah. The Dead Walk the Earth
I
is
was
what we
hearing
got.
in your head.
Right.
So,
Yep.
and
But that
that's what he
doesn't-
said. He
that
said
doesn't
you
serve
said
to-
that.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily give you the full context, but
Oh, of course
in
not.
this,
That-
like, sort of collecting herself and coming to terms with she did something, she caused something similar to what was such a tragic thing in her life. That was the sort of snapping thing, like, oh, I did this. So she explains what she did.
Turns out releasing Paradox is real bad.
I had a spell inadvisable, dangerous. It got away from me, and Well, the storm was not what I summoned. Intended to summon. I saw a man executed in raw anger and frustration, and then get back up. And if I have now created I don't know what word she'd use for it. A horror.
Just aside, in her head, Theo was thinking resource.
Renewable resources.
Mhm.
If I have created a horror that could impact the town in a worse way than we feared.
I'm confident that I can deal with any Walking Dead that might be hanging around.
May realize at this point now that is definitely not Walking Dead.
Yeah, they're not.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what, that's all that's been described so far, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Only
you're
if
talking
they
about
have
the
form
bandits.
No.
Yes, I got you.
Right.
aspected to your path. If they are similar to the ones we encountered in her Oneiros.
Well, then she should be able to deal with them.
Well,
Right? If those are
Isabel did not get a great look at what was happening other than a man stood up and then she left.
so, if they're actual
Yeah, we-
walking corpses, but if they're meat puppets for spirits or something,
We have to go check them out, right?
Yes.
And at least make sure that they're not coming this way. I really don't like the idea of leaving them out there at all.
No, we must clean this up. It is a mess.
Yeah.
I concur.
We thought they were too many to deal with when they were alive people.
So
Do we think they'll be more manageable as whatever they're becoming?
We can deal with them.
Well, we've also entered the realm of pure speculation at this point. I think we should go and put eyeballs on them to see what we're actually dealing with.
We should also
Yeah.
address the fact that the most potent concern is not the armed men, but the paradox that was released. If it
we know how
lingers,
to-
and it can do, forgive me,
Oh,
what you were
Yeah, I
saying.
was saying, do we know how to clean that up?
We need to evaluate it
I
first.
didn't even really take them that seriously.
Hmm.
Thought it was the diamond mages trying to
scare you straight.
control the way that we use our magic once again, but see, that was perhaps a rash line of reasoning to pursue.
so you're postulating like that this might be an effect left in the area, not just necessarily on the corpses.
Yes. That's what we are told happens. That when you release the paradox, it lingers. And if it lingers, it can do things. Like, apparently, raise someone for the dead. Or create, did you say, increased anger?
It seemed
Or would
that
you
way.
not attribute that?
It seemed that way. The wrath of the storm was reflected in their postures and their actions.
We need to see if we can clean this up before we have to tell the current representatives of the diamond who are in our town.
Agreed. Whatever we're going to do, it will not be in this basement, I don't believe.
Pin. And scene. Yeah.
All right.
So we should have that resolution next week. And then the week after that, these chuckleheads are going to maybe do something.
Play a game.
Juggle.
And then the week after that may actually be Kids on Brooms with Ash, just because it's going to be this back and forth. And yeah, so we're going to have one more week of Mage, and then we're getting into December. Well, actually, that will be December, but more of the Christmas holidays. And so we're not going to try and push everything. So if you're watching on YouTube,
won't be playing on Christmas Eve. We will not be playing on the 24th.
Right.
Absolutely.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
And then New Year's we'll probably end up talking about.
Yep.
But
So things are going to be kind of playing it by ear. YouTube guys, just hang out and watch whatever gets posted. Twitch guys, pay attention to Discord. I highly suggest you come by. That's www.yeetinto.space. They have now added the cool little events thing that I'm going to start using to try and schedule out and make very visible our streaming schedule. That way that is there. You don't have to go to Twitch to go see it. And also I was really, really, really bad at keeping Twitch updated, but I'm on Discord all the time. So we should have events and you should have a heads up on what's going on. And I think you can sign up for reminders and stuff like that. So still got to figure it out, but that way Discord remains being our primary place for information. If you want to support us. Yeah. If you want to support us monetarily, that's patreon.com/occultistsanonymous or staylucky.club. Patrons are awesome. Thank you very much for being awesome. Also, a shout out to Chris for coming up with this idea and then punting it and being like, here's a bad thing that happened in the past and I really wanted to affect my character. Do what you want. And I was like, all right, cool. And then
I felt like that was the fair way to here's my 8-page backstory.
With a lot of fill in the blanks.
With a lot of fill in the blanks, yeah.
And then also a shout out to Chris and Ralph for coming up with we have a great idea of what's going to happen if we go into that Oneiros. So yes, lots of fun.
Well.
And we finally got to bang shoot some stuff. So yeah, yay, very fun game.
Bye.
Yeah, I guess that's it. We will see you all next week for the wrap up of whatever the heck these bandits are doing. Maybe.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye.